They were daughters of kings, yet they carried burdens heavier than crowns. One fought with fire, another ruled with wisdom, and the last defied death itself. These three princesses were not just royal by birth, but legendary by destiny. Join me as I dive into the lives of three incredible heroines and uncover their unforgettable stories. Across the lands of Audi, whispers echo about princesses who are more than ornaments of the throne. They are warriors, healers, and visionaries. Though their names are often hidden in shadows, their stories continue to live in the hearts of those who believe. Being a princess was never just about jewels, silk gowns, or admiration. For these women, it meant fighting against rigid traditions that silenced their voices, standing tall during invasions and betrayal when kingdoms crumbled, facing fear, pain, and sacrifice in order to save their people. Each heroine lived in a different era, yet all faced the same cruel truths. Greatness demanded sacrifice. Princess Aroha, they call her the flame of the Udu. Long ago in the golden plains of Udu Kingdom lived Princess Aroha, a girl said to have been born with fire in her eyes. As a child, she dreamed of leading warriors, but tradition chained her to the palace, forbidding her from touching a sword. She trained in secret with the palace guards, sparring under moonlight. When her father, King Mako, thought she's asleep, she mastered the spear, the bow, and most of all, the horse. Aroha was not just a warrior, she was a symbol of defiance in a world that tried to keep women hidden behind palace walls. Her first great achievement came at just 16, when Rida stormed her father's kingdom, while her father hesitated, fearing the tradition that forbade women from leading men into battle. Aroha defied every law. She climbed onto a horse, took up a spear, and led her people into battle. The battle was fancy. Dust darkened the sun. Cries echoed across the plains, and yet Aroha fought like a spirit possessed. Legend says that when she raised her spear, flames seemed to flicker at its tip, guiding her people to victory. Henny had a name, the Flame of the Udu. Her courage turned despair into victory, proving that even the laws of men could not silence destiny. Her greatest achievement wasn't only in war, it was in breaking chains. She changed her kingdom's laws, opening the gates for women to become warriors, hunters, and leaders. To this day, in the village of Udu, young girls are told, "Fight with the fire of Aroha." Is it Princess Uri, the silent river? Far away beside a great river that wounds like a serpent through the jungle, lived Princess Uri. She was unlike her fairy counterparts. Born beside the great river Uringa, her spirit was matched only by her quiet mind, while others saw her silence as weakness. Uri was always listening, learning, and storing knowledge like the river stores secrets in its depths. Unlike Aroha, she was no warrior. Her strength was her mind. From childhood, she listened more than she spoke, learning the language of the people, the whispers of the markets, and even the secrets of foreign traders. Her father's kingdom was rich in trade, drawing merchants from faraway lands, but with wealth came enemies. When rival kings plotted to overthrow her father, and spices slithered into the capital like snake. Yes, words failed. Uri used her intelligence to outwit them. Her first achievement was the market deception. Disguised as a common trader, Uri discovered a conspiracy that would have destroyed her kingdom. Instead of exposing the traitors directly, she set rival clans against one another with whispered words and cleverly forged letters. By the time her enemies realized the truth, they were already tearing each other apart, and she seized their kingdom without raising a sword. But Uri's greatest triumph came in later. During the Great Famine, while neighboring lands starved, she used her knowledge of river currents and soil to transform the marshes into fertile rice fields, feeding her people and cementing her legacy as not just a princess, but a savior. Her people say, the river speaks in silence, but it saves in strength, and so they call her the Silent River. For though quiet and gentle on the surface, her currents ran deep and unstoppable. And Princess Mena, the one who walked with death. But perhaps the most haunting of them all was Princess Mena of Mountain Kingdom. She was born during a blood moon in the Mountain Kingdom of Mosen, and many whispered she carried the mark of the spirit. Her father dismissed such superstitions, raising her with the wisdom of kings, but fate would not let Mena walk a normal path. When a mysterious plague struck, the kingdom was left in ruin. Villages were filled with silence, the drums of celebration replaced by funeral crimes. Even the royal palace was not spared. Her father, the king, fell gravely ill. The priest declared there was no hope. Yet, Mena refused to surrender. She journeyed alone into the forbidden caves where spirits were said to dwell. For 3 nights, she bargained with death itself, offering her own soul if her people could be spared. When she returned, the plague has been lifted, but Mena's eyes no longer shone with life. The fields bloomed again, children laughed once more, and the people hailed her as their savior. But Mena was never the same. Her face bright, eyes grew pale, her laughter rare. She reigned for years in wisdom and sacrifice, yet every villager whispered that she had become half-spirit, forever walking the line between life and death. Her greatest achievement was not only saving her kingdom, but teaching her people resilience, sacrifice, and courage. Even in whisper, they still pray, may Mena walk with us when death comes near. 3 princesses, 3 moments that defined eternity. Aroha, breaking chains of tradition to fight with fire and steel. And Uri, silencing enemies with nothing but wit and strategy. And then Mena, giving her soul so her people might live. Their stories remind us that legends are not born in comfort but in struggle. Aroha, Uri, and Mena, princesses of legend, whose courage shaped their words. They may be gone, but their spirits still whisper through the winds, rivers, and mountains of their villages. Which of these heroines touched your heart the most? The fairy Aroha, the wise Uri, or the selfless Mena? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more legendary tales waiting to be told. Stay tuned for my next story.